Na mpenzi mtazamaji wa runinga ya Capuchin TV, leo tupo hapa tena na mgeni wetu mtaalam bomba kabisa ambaye ni mambo na hesabu ni hatari. Tutaita kwamba ni mhasibu ambaye ni Lilian Mwende. Atatuonyesha ama atatuelekeza zaidi na kutufunza mengi ni haswa nini kazi hii ambayo anaifanya, ninazingatia mambo kama yapi, masuala mengi sana ya kifedha. Anatuarifu kwamba azishiki hizi hela, ni kwenye benki tu. Hivi leo tuko naye hapa na atatuelekeza zaidi, atufahamishe kazi ya uhasibu ni ya aina gani na changamoto zake ni zipi katika hizi nyanja za kikazi. Karibu sana katika kipindi cha The Expert, kuanzia sasa hivi hadi tamati au mwisho wa kipindi. Yes, Lilian. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes,
and you?
I'm fine. It's really good meeting you again.
Asante sana.
Yes. Now, it's been such a challenging day. It's a Friday.
Yes, it is, and a beautiful one.
Yeah, people regard a Friday as a very unique day in regarding to other days. I don't know how you view Friday. Friday seems like a very tiresome kind of a day, a busy day. Is it so to you?
It is, especially in my profession.
Yes.
My mind is tired. What I leave for Friday is what is not very technical. If I need to think, Monday to Thursday, but for Friday, I let it go. Yeah, because you need to be attentive. Yeah. You
Like
just
Friday,
let it
yes.
easy.
People have taken Friday like a free style day. No, this is not like an official day comparing to other days. You know, people do casual on Fridays.
It's true.
Well, Lilian, what exactly is accounting in that profession?
Well, I would say accounting is keeping checks and balances in an organization, a company, a church, just ensuring that your records are well kept, ensuring that your income is recorded, your expenses are recorded, everything is accounted for. You have a record such that the people who come after us, who we call the auditors, can come and ensure that indeed what you are doing is correct. So as we just ensure that everything is recorded accurately, reliably, timeously, and to the best of our ability. Yes, that's what we do in accounts.
Now, it seems a challenging field. Very many people perhaps will not really go for that kind of profession. I don't know what really motivated you to be in this profession.
Well, I would say my parents played a big part. My dad in specific. He was a manager, I would say, in the days. And he really encouraged me to get into the same field. Then I could not really understand what it was that he was doing. I would just admire what he used to do. But when I grew and I continued understanding myself, because it is very important, I understood that my character will really assist me in this kind of profession. Not that I knew anything about accounts when I was young. You can't really say, I don't believe in what people say that when I grow up I want to be. You admire, but you're not sure when you get to it, it is what you will like. So for me, my parents just gave me direction, but when I grew up, I chose that this is what really I wanted to do. And so far, so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it really depends with the foundation that parents also have to lay for their son or daughter.
It does.
Now, still in the line of this profession, for how long have you been doing accounting?
I can say I'm a millennial, so born in the 80s. I've been in it for maybe 12 to 15 years. Yeah.
And since then, what is really keeping you going in this industry?
I can say I enjoy doing it. Yeah. If you don't enjoy doing it, then you can't last. It is something that my nature allows me to be able to enjoy what I do. Yeah.
Now, with the environment in terms of finances, you know, money is very critical.
Very, very. You can say that again.
Yeah, and people love money, but again, it's not really something good that people should be close to in your industry. Now, to you, People assume accounting, or rather one who is in the profession, handles money day in, day out. Is that so?
That is just a perception.
Mhm.
As I say, the money is handled in the bank. We don't access the money. We count the money. We ensure that standards that surround the accounting environment are adhered to. We can see it in the computer and the spreadsheets, but we don't handle the money. We just ensure that it is well accounted for. It is well used. Yeah. And if you really, I'm a strict person by nature, so I really want to see records well kept. Yeah.
Wow. Now, what really entails being an accountant? Like, what does one need to be an accountant?
Of course, you need the certification. Personally, I'm an ACCA, that's a chartered certificate from Britain. You need the certification, and then of course you need I have a degree
Yes.
in applied accounting. So, and in all this, you're just taught how to use the international accounting standards, that is the IASs. So these are standards that, everything has a regulation.
Yes.
So these are just regulations that need to be you have to have them in your system. Reliability,
Yes.
timeliness. You need to have what do you call it? It's just a regulation that surrounds the field. That maybe this is how you will do with the stocks. This is what you will do with the cash. This is how you will record the inventory. This is how you will handle the assets. So you need to have the regulations and the standards in you, just like you have the law standards in what do you call it? The lawyers have what do lawyers call these things? Lawyers have some
Are there things to do with the regulations or
regulations
Yes.
for lawyers, like they say chapter what says
Yes,
this.
yes.
So even in the accounting field, we have IS 10 that talks about inventory. We have IS. So those are the things that we have in accounts. Just like a doctor will say this is how we handle our things, even as we have a record of how we handle our things, so that internationally, if somebody comes from the US, they'll come to Kenya, they'll know how to handle something. We don't have different ways of handling things. We have an international way of handling everything in accounts. Yeah.
Wow, it seems a very involving kind of an industry, because looking into all that it entails, it really needs a focused kind of a mind. You as an accountant, how do you plan your day in the office?
Like I said, Fridays are not allowed. You don't allow Fridays for intensive things because you need an alert mind.
Yes.
So I would first come in, depending on the field you are in. Like for me, in my field, it's communication field. So I would just come in first and go through my diary. I have a written diary, and I also go through my mails where I have reminders of what I'm supposed to do, and check the most important things that I'm supposed to do. And by 10, I come into the office by 9. By 10, I am done. So I start actioning on the points that are outstanding. Then from around midday, I start now going into the books to record. Now you go into billing, you go into invoicing, you go into checking inventory. Then from around 3, I leave that for my colleagues to ask, because now my mind is also tired.
Yes.
So from 3, it's time for questions. We work in an environment that we have offices around Africa. So all this is done through communication, through the computer, through the Skype, through the mails, through phone calls. So really not going out there to meet people. Mine is to sit and interact through the communication channels. Yeah.
Like, now really, assuming you're doing recording, maybe keeping records in a day, like how many records do you do in a day?
We have a system. I'm sure you heard one of my colleagues talking about Solid.
Actually, yeah. Right.
In most of the accounting companies and the environment, you need to have a system to record your transactions. So, and in the systems, we have things called tickets. These tickets are ensure that nothing goes missing. As immediately a client walks in and wants something, we record a ticket. So through the day, you could handle like 500 tickets.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is an interaction between different people. You have the stores, you have the managers, you have the accountants, you have the management, you have the clients, you have the suppliers. So this is interactive through the system. Yeah.
Wow, Lilian looks like a very busy person, really busy.
Not really. Happily busy, let's say that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, apart from Lilian in the profession, what does Lilian do? Is Lilian a farmer?
First, Lilian is a mother, a happy mother. Lilian is a wife and a happy wife. Lilian is a farmer too, because she comes from Kajiado.
Wow.
We have a small piece of area there. We do a little bit of farming. Lilian is a Christian. She worships also in the Catholic Church.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, so interesting. I would like us to base on a few vision kind of aspect, maybe in the future. Like in your profession, you've been in the profession, as you've stated, about 12 to 15 years.
Yes.
Maybe in the next 10 years, you're seeing this profession growing into another profession. Like, assuming you want to expand your boundaries. Maybe in the past you had some plans, and maybe you have not reached those plans up to now. Do you see yourself in the next 5 years being more than what you are right now?
Of course, you always have a dream. Currently, I'm employed. I would want to have something of my own in the same area. So I'm just basing and preparing my ground, preparing my networks, so that in future I also am an employer and I can touch more lives in my own way. This is a way that is, you have the company has its way of doing things.
Exactly.
There's a way you also want to do your things, and also create employment for people. Yeah, the company I work for right now is based in South Sudan. We have companies in Africa, so we're employing more of not Kenyans, more of outsiders,
Foreigners.
foreigners and all. Yeah, so do want to have Kenyans more into this thing. Yeah.
Wow. Now, if it were not for accounting as a profession, what would Lilian do?
Lilian would have been a farmer. Yes, that's a passion I have. I like farming. Yeah, I like farming. Seeing something grow is not, you can't take it for granted. That's what I'd want to see. And the agricultural market is quite big. Yeah, so that's another thing I would want to venture more. Yeah.
Wow. And is there something that perhaps you have thought in life and not accomplished yet up to date?
Not really. I go to what I want. I'm a go-getter. If I want something, I get it. I can't really say there's something that I've thought of that I don't attempt. I attempt everything I want to do. Life is short. You don't know about tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know you're very much conversant with the Kenyan state of the economy. Yes. And you as an accountant, there are angles you're seeing pinching and others so flexible maybe in a way because it is financial purpose.
Yeah.
Now, there is a bill that has just been passed recently by the members of parliament. And in your profession, I am aware that it has effects.
It does.
Yeah.
It
So
does.
I don't know what exactly is your take in regards to the VAT bill that has been passed.
Really, when VAT is excised on fuel,
Yes.
fuel affects almost every other part of the economy. So everything will become more expensive. Even if it's a shilling, that is a shilling that would have been used for something else. So it is going to be a pain for the local mwananchi. But when you look at the broader economy, it will make the Kenyan economy improve. But for that poor person, that common person, it will be a pain. But it is a two-way, and that's why it came to 8% instead of the 16%. So we shared it 50-50. It's just so sad that we have this mentality that we are enriching the parliamentarians, the speakers, the governors, but these roads we are seeing all over, how do you want these roads to be made? That tax has to be increased. I don't see any other way into this. Yeah. It's just so sad that it will affect all of us. Yeah. But that's how you grow an economy, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Well, as we take a little break, when we get back, I would like us to speak about the major achievements that your company has done, or you as an individual have been able to achieve in your profession, and also some of the challenges that accountants, and you being an individual as an accountant, that you have gone through. Yeah, and maybe you have been able to encounter a few that you have solved their puzzles. And then perhaps you'll thereafter give an overview generally to the public or the audience that might be watching us right now, what accountant really entails, and if one is thinking of being one,
Yeah.
should now face the real deal that perhaps you're going through.
Sure.
Yeah, really, I appreciate for this little time, and as we get back, I know we're going to have a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Na mpenzi mtazamaji wa runinga ya Capuchin, ni masuala tu ya uhasibu. Ukipenda ita pesa, ukitaja pesa wajua kuna mazuri. Tumefuatilia mambo mengi sana katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, na kuna masuala mengi ambayo yanaguza mifuko ya binadamu, ama tukisema mwananchi wa kawaida, ile hali ya chini kabisa, anapata shida ama changamoto nyingi sana kuhusu pesa. Na mtakapokuwa tunarejea, tunachukua mapumziko tu ambayo hatachukua muda sana. Usibanduke katika runinga yako, tegea pale pale unapoendelea kusikiza na kuelimika zaidi na mtaalamu Lilian katika sekta ya uhasibu. Na vile vile mtazamaji, usende mbali, shikilia pale pale wala usingatuke.